Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're connecting from. You're welcome to today's live stream. I want to believe you can hear me loud and clear. I believe you can hear me loud and clear. If you can, please drop a comment. Drop a comment if you can hear me loud and clear. And I hope your week has been profitable. My week has been awesome. My week has been awesome. It's been profitable. My week has been great. If you have any question or pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Good morning, Mr. Richard. Good morning, Mr. Godswill. You are welcome. Okay, so we'll start by looking at the calendar for the day. I think we have a major news by 1:30 from the United States. Unemployment claims, unemployment claims will be released by 1:30 p.m. If you're considering trading USD pairs, I would advise for this news to be released before you trade USD pairs. And if you want to trade USD pairs before the news, you should be very conservative. Okay, you should be very conservative. After the news, you can take more trades, but before the news, be very conservative if you're considering trading USD pairs. So that's the only major news we have in today, and tomorrow we have several major news from the United States. Okay, yeah, we have Joe's job opening, core PC price index, and also prelim GDP. Also tomorrow, Great Britain will be releasing its GDP, that's gross domestic product data. Then change unemployment rate, and yeah, that's from Canada. So tomorrow we should expect high volatility on GBP pairs, CAD pairs, and USD pairs. So please know what you're doing in the market. Be very conservative, okay? So that will be it for fundamentals. So let's go to the chart. Let's start by analyzing XY. We need to know the trend of the dollar. It's very important before you execute it on currency pairs, dollar pairs. You should know the strength of the dollar. Okay, know the strength of the dollar, know the direction of the dollar. If dollar is bullish, you want to sell. You want to sell. If dollar is bullish, you want to sell pairs like GBP USD, Euro USD. If it is bearish, you want to buy. You want to buy GBP USD, Euro USD. Okay, so if you look at what we have here, we could say dollar. What is the structure? Okay, let me start with the daily time frame. First is to identify a bullish reversal pattern on the daily time frame. Okay, I'm working with multiple time frame. So first, I want to identify the bullish reversal pattern on a daily time frame, and this is the bullish reversal pattern. You can see this is an hammer, so this is where the buy started from. I shared this on Monday or Tuesday. So this is where the buy started from. After the close of this hammer, this is where you should have entered buy. This is where you should have entered buy. Okay, now if you have missed this first move, okay, if you have missed this first move, I doubt if dollar will retrace back. I doubt. I told you Monday or Tuesday that dollar is coming for this relative equal high. That is the next draw on liquidity. And if it sweeps this relative equal high, we have this fair value gap that has not been filled. So it's likely coming. For those of you who took the call, I gave a call on Euro USD and GBP USD yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. For those of you who took the trade, congratulations. I believe you should be in massive profit. If you have not closed the trade, I'm still holding the trade. My trade on GBP USD and Euro USD, they are still very active. I will plan to exit if price probably maybe sweep this liquidity today. I will close some profits, then this will be my final target for bullish dollar. So that's my take on the dollar. That's my take. Now, if the news that will be released by 1:30 is positive for the dollar, if the news is positive for the dollar, by that I mean if the actual value is higher than the forecast value, If the actual value is higher than the forecast value, we should expect more buys on the dollar. But if it is negative for the dollar, we might see a little retracement. Okay, we might see a little retracement to a discount area. If the news is negative for the dollar, we might see a drop. Okay, we might see a drop. So dollar is still bullish. Now, if you look at the structure we have here, let me go back to the daily. Okay. If you look at the structure we have here on the daily, you can see it's been forming a series of higher low. We had a low here, we had a high, then we had a higher low here, we had a higher high here, we had a higher low here. You can see, then we have a new higher, higher high here. So that tells you that the structure is bullish. If you apply your trend line, you can see that the market is respecting the trend line. The market has been respecting the trend line, still bullish. Okay, it's my bias for the dollar. The dollar is bullish. Okay, in the comment section, let me know in the comment section. Okay, someone is requesting for Euro GBP. Okay, we'll look at it in few minutes. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know. Okay, so that's it for the dollar. Then we need to also look at yen. You want to trade yen pairs, very important that you look at yen baskets to know if the yen is bullish or bearish. Okay, you want to know if the yen is bullish or bearish before you look at yen pairs. Okay, yen has been bearish for several weeks. Yeah, it's been bearish for close to 3-4 weeks now. Now it has swept this liquidity. I said it that yen will not pull back until it sweeps this liquidity. This relative equal low. It's an high level of liquidity, and I knew it's going to sweep that liquidity. Now it has swept that liquidity. We might see price retrace back to test. See, this is a breakout from a support, right? It's a breakout from a support. So we might see price pull back to retest this support zone resistance. We might see price pull back to retest this support zone resistance. Remember, when a support is broken, that support becomes a resistance. When a demand level is broken, that demand level or the zone becomes a supply zone. And that is what has played out here. This was a demand zone. Price broke out from that demand zone. It has become a supply zone. So prices are going to pull back into the supply zone before it continues with its bearish move. So that's my take on the yen basket. So for yen today, I am bullish. I'm bullish for yen today. Okay, I'm bullish for yen today. Okay, I'm bullish for yen today. So we have an engulfing candle here. This is an engulfing candle. 1, 2, 3. This 3 candle closed above the high of this bearish candle. That is why I call these 3 candles an engulfing candle. I see these candles as just one candle. Okay, I see it as just one candle. And these 3 candles close, combined together, close above the high of this. So this is an engulfing pattern as far as I'm concerned. Then if you go to 1 hour, so you can see on 1 hour, can you see we had an inverted hammer here. You can see this is an inverted hammer, which indicates change in trend from bearish to bullish. And if you go to 15 minutes, I'm sure we'll be able to identify a bullish structure on 15 minutes or a lower time frame. Okay, so you can see what we have here. You can see if you apply your trend line, you can see that the market is bullish right now. You can see. So this is a bullish. Okay, you can see this is a bullish trend. You can see that. So it's been forming it's hitting resistance levels: high, low, high, low, high, low. You can see high. This is a new high, low. So it's been forming a series of higher high and higher low, higher highs and higher low. So this is a bullish. This is a bullish structure. This is a bullish structure. Okay, that's a bullish structure. So keep looking for buys on for now. Buys. Okay, maybe if this trend line gets broken, then we could see sales. But right now it is bullish. Flow with the trend of the market. Don't trade against the trend of the market. Okay, don't trade against the trend of the market. Just flow with the trend of the market. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Okay, so let's look at currency pairs. Let's look at currency pairs. So I'll start by analyzing GBP USD. Okay, so the previous 4-hour candle on GBP USD closed bullish. So if you've not executed a sell trade on Euro on GBP USD, I would advise now it has created a support. It has created a support. So the best time to buy will be a breakout. Sorry, sell. The best time to sell. Remember, the dollar is bullish. The dollar is bullish. So we want to sell GBP USD. Best is to wait for price to do what? Breakout. Wait for 1-hour candle to close below this support. Then you can sell it. Okay. Let's see what we have on 1-hour time frame. Okay. So we had this fair value gap here. This gap has not been filled. They might still want to fill this gap. Now, if you look at the structure we have here on 1-hour time frame, you can see it's a bearish structure, right? It's a bearish structure. It's a bearish structure, okay? It's a bearish, let's see, it's a bearish structure. You can see that, bearish. This trend line has been respected several times. Okay, so it's a bearish structure. So they might want to fill this fair value gap. Okay, they might want to fill this fair value gap. Now, also, if you see here, we had this support which became a resistance, and I think price filled. You can see. Can you see that? So this could be the reason why price might not come to fill this fair value gap, because it has hit a resistance level here. You can see this resistance level. It also swept the liquidity that was residing at this high. So price might not come back to fill this fair value gap. So what I have here, GBP USD is bearish. GBP USD is bearish. If you want to take a sell on GBP USD, your stop loss should be the previous high of yesterday. This is where you should set your stop loss. Okay, your stop loss should be this high. Your stop loss should be this high if you want to take the sell trade. Okay, so your stop loss should be that high. So let's calculate the risk here. This is about 80 pip risk. 80 pip risk. Okay, if that risk is too high for you, you could wait. Okay, wait for price to pull back. If price does not pull back, you're going to miss that opportunity. Okay, you could wait. This is 80 pips. If you are risking 80 pips, I advise that you go for 160 pips profit. 160. So this will be your first target. This low here will be your first target. This is about 123 pips. That should be your first target. Then you could set it 160 pips. That will be like 40 pips below this level. But your first target should be this low. Once price gets to this level, you could close 70 to 80% of whatever profit you have made at that point. You could close 70 to 80% of whatever profit you've made at that point, while you hope that the market gets to your final TP, which is 160 pips. So that's my take for GBP USD. Look for sales. Okay, let's see. For those of you that have the software, let's see. You can see the bias. Can you see it? The bias is bearish. And once the bias is bearish, you never buy until it changes to bullish. You never buy until it changes to bullish. Okay, so that's it. USD is bearish. Let's see Euro USD. Euro USD. Okay, so Euro USD also has created a support. So we'd love to see price break out from this support. For those of you who are not taking a trade on Euro USD. Okay, so you wait for price to break out from this support before you buy. Sorry, before you sell. Before you sell. So you can see here we have this fair value gap. Okay, you could also wait for price. Probably they want to fill. This is 4-hour. We have this fair value gap here. Okay, this gap here. Probably they want to fill that gap before going bearish. Okay, let's see what's happening on 1 hour time frame. Okay, so you can see this fair value gap on 1 hour time frame. So they might want to fill this fair value gap before going bearish. Okay, so wait for a breakout from this support, or wait for price to fill this this fair value gap. Wait for them to fill this fair value gap before you consider selling. We also have a fair value gap here. So they might want to push price up to fill these gaps before continue with the sell. Okay, so that's it. So if you want to sell, wait for price to sweep this support, or wait for price to fill these fair value gaps. One of these fair value gaps. Now, when price fills this fair value gap, when price gets into any of this zone, what will determine you selling from that point to be the candlestick. Since you are looking for sales, a bearish reversal pattern must form in one of these zones before you go bearish. Don't just place your buy limit or sell limit here. Okay, wait for the candlestick to close bearish. A bearish reversal pattern should close in one of these zones before you execute your sell. Okay, so let's see what the signal generator gave us on. So you can see also the bias is bearish. Bias is bearish. You don't buy until the bias changes to bullish. You don't buy. You don't buy until the bias changes to bullish. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. So let's look at gold. And after gold, we'll look at someone requested for Euro GBP. Okay. So let's look at gold. Then we'll look at GBP JPY also. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Gold, you can see is bearish. Gold is bearish. Look for sales. I still expect more sales on gold. I still expect more sales on gold. Okay. So gold is bearish. It's bearish. Yesterday is a spinning candle. So gold, my take on gold is likely going to come sweep this liquidity. After sweeping this liquidity, we could see buys on gold. We could see buys on gold. So this would be a very good area to consider buying gold. Let them sweep this liquidity. Let them sweep this liquidity before you buy. You can see this fair value gap here. They intentionally haven't filled this fair value gap here. They intentionally haven't filled this gap here. Okay. They intentionally haven't filled this fair value gap here. This gap, you can see. There was an attempt to fill it at this point. There was an attempt to fill it with this candlestick. Okay, there was an attempt to fill it here, but they didn't fill it completely. Now, this binding candle that formed yesterday was to make retail traders enter sell. Okay, they want you to sell, and there will be stop losses residing at this previous high. Also, at this point, we have stop losses residing at this low. So before they will go for this, I think they will come for these lows. Once they sweep this low, they will now go for the buy side liquidity. That is what I see playing out on gold today. Might be wrong, but based on price action, based on the patterns I'm seeing on the chart, gold is likely going to sell before it continue with its bullish direction. So gold is bearish. Okay. Hi. So let's look at GBP JPY, then we'll look at Euro GBP. For those of you who are still struggling to know the buyers of the market, I would advise that you get this software. It makes everything easy. It makes everything easy. It makes everything easy. And we've made it so cheap and affordable. Anyone who is serious about making profits consistently in the market can afford to get the software. So get it. Get it. But if you are doing well, if you are profitable, you are not losing money, just stick to what is working for you. Okay, it's not a must that you have the software. If what is working for you is making you profit consistently, then you don't need the software. The software is designed for those who are new to trading and those who are struggling to make profits consistently in the market. Those are the people this software is designed for. Okay, please don't bother getting it if you are doing well. If you are doing well, please. Okay, so GBP JPY. Let's start with the daily time frame. Daily time frame. Okay. Yesterday candle closed strongly bullish, and price went to a premium area. It went to a premium area, right? So if today's candle closes bearish, that will be a strong confirmation too. Okay. If today's candle closes bearish, that will be a confirmation, a strong confirmation to sell GBP JPY. So if today's candle closes bearish, then you should look for sales. Look for sales on GBP JPY. Look for sales on GBP JPY. Okay. So it has created a fair value gap here. I would love to see price come and fill this fair value gap it created on 4 hour. Okay. You see this fair value gap it created. This will be a good entry. Okay. The probability that it will come fill this fair value gap is like 70%. Okay, that it's going to come fill this gap. So that is where you should be looking for yourselves. That is where you should be looking for yourselves. There should be a retracement to that fair value gap. Okay. So that's my take on GJ sell for today. So GJ is likely going to come back to this fair value gap. It's likely going to come fill that this fair value gap or come to a discount area. So this will be the first target if you are selling this fair value gap. If it breaks out from this fair value gap, it's going to come for this fair value gap. You can see. So that could be the next target for GJ. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. Let me see what the software is giving us a bullish setup of price. I think is at premium. Okay, price is at premium, and you can see the buy signal it gave us. The buy signal it gave us was after the formation of this candle. I said it yesterday, so this is where you should have bought. Right now, price is at a premium area. You cannot buy at a premium area. You look for sales at a premium area. Okay, you look for sales at a premium area. I hope that is clear. So that's it for GBP. So let's look at Euro GBP, Euro GBP, Euro GBP. Might not crosses Euro GBP. Last week Euro GBP was bearish, and I think it's still bearish. Okay, it's likely going to come. This is where it's aiming for, but this is not the right time to sell. This is where you should have sold Euro GBP. It has generated a signal several days ago. It has generated a signal several days ago, so you should have sold. This is not the time to sell. You can see this is where you should have entered sell on. Let me go to the daily. Okay, so it has given us a sell signal right from this point. Right, this is where it gave us a sell signal. You can see this is where it gave us a bearish on bias. So you should have sold from this point. You have sold from this point. So this is not the right time to sell. Price might pull back. You can see if you apply your Fibonacci from this swing low to the swing high, you can see that price is at a discount now. So we might see a reversal from this point on Euro GBP. Okay, we might see a reversal from this point on Euro GBP. Let's see 4 hour. So you can see the pattern that formed on 4 hour. After sweeping this liquidity, the liquidity residing at this low, we now have a spinning candle. So we might see a buy on Euro GBP. We might see buy, but if price breaks out from this support, we should expect more sales. But I will not advise that you sell it, even if it breaks from this point and even do 1,000 pips from this point. This is not the right time for you to sell. It's very important that you catch the trend at its early phase. If you don't catch that at early phase, you're going to be taking a very high risk, which is not good for which is not good for you. You'll be taking a high risk. So please Don't sell now, and I would not advise that you buy. Probably you want to wait for today's candle to close. If it closes bullish, then you can look for buys. If it closes bullish, you can look for buys. Okay, so I'm neutral on Euro GBP today. I'm neither bearish nor bullish. But if today's candle closes bullish, then I would confidently buy Euro GBP. Any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know. Let me know, let me know. So we have updated the software. We have updated the software. Now you can receive signals on your phone. Okay, you can receive signals on your phone. If you are too busy, you don't have time to be watching the chat. Okay, you can now receive the signals on your phone. You can now receive the signals on your phone. So you can see it's scanning for setup. There's no setup right now on any of these pairs. There's no setup. You can see it is scanning, looking, searching for signals. Okay, and you don't have to be watching your phone all the time to know when signals will drop. The signal drops every 4 hours, every 4 hours. So you only check your phone every 4 hours to know if there is a signal. And the signal comes with stop loss and take profits. So all you have to do is just execute the trade. Okay. Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know. Any question? Any question? Any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? You are tired of blowing your accounts? Get this ultimate signal software. Enough of the losses. Enough of the losses. Enough of the losses. You should not end 2026 in loss. You should not end 2026 in loss. Don't end 2026 in loss. Any question? Any question? Any question? Mr. Richard, God's will, Mr. Joseph, Mr. James, Mrs. Damilola, Mr. Uzoma, do you have any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? So be careful buying GBP USD now. They want to push price up so that most retail traders would jump in and start buying. They will want to do that. Okay, then maybe after the news is released, they will now push price down. So don't fall for buys on GBP USD, Euro USD. Okay, it's not gonna last. It's not gonna last. So, probability that it will come for this play is very high. It's very high. Please give the video a thumbs up if you haven't done that. Just 3 persons have given it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up if you haven't done that. And if it's your first time joining the live stream, please subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. Thanks for joining. Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? No question. Any question? Any question? Since I started using this software, I've never had a losing month. I've never had a losing month. That's why I keep preaching about this software. I've never had a losing month. I've never had a losing month. That is why I won't stop preaching. I won't stop talking about this software. I won't stop talking about it. So it appears there are no more questions. Okay, no questions. Okay, so I think that will be all for today's session. I appreciate you all for your participation. Hopefully by 1:30 p.m. I will be here. Okay, so that we'll look at how the market reacts to unemployment claims data by 1:30 p.m. I'm going to drop the link in the various platform. Okay, so I look forward to having you in that session. Till then, you'll have a wonderful time.